What's going on, and welcome to the channel. So I've just got done, actually I did it yesterday, finished installing my last Simrad product on the boat I currently have, and that is a Simrad Halo 20 Plus. If you want to jump up to the actual install part, I'm going to put a time mark in here. Just go ahead and scroll to that if you want to go ahead and jump to the install. Okay, real quick, let's talk about why you should or shouldn't get a radar on your boat. First, let's talk about a couple of misconceptions. It'll make me a better fisherman. There are a whole bunch of people out there that are fishing on the banks or using kayaks that don't need a lot of electronics and are just killing it. So, will it make you a better fisherman? I don't think that's quite right. I need to get a radar because it can help me see the birds that are feeding, and then I can find fish that way. Although that sounds very logical and very plausible, putting that into application seems a little difficult to me. Maybe if you had time, but you could probably do the same thing with a good pair of binoculars, seeing birds breaking on the horizon if you can, if the glare doesn't knock you out. So, you know, there's other ways you can find birds without needing a radar. Let me put this through you. What if you're running around in the fog or at night and need to see that pilot that's not marked or other craft running around? That is a good reason to get a radar, and ironically, that's why I got it more out of safety concerns than anything else. I got it for collision avoidance. So, you know, that was my justification. I just want to get there and back safely. That's part of it. So, with that, we'll just worry about using the radar sometime later on down the road after I get me there and back. I'll figure out how to use radar fishing some other time. Alright, y'all, real quick, want to go ahead and do a disclosure. I'm not telling you to go out and buy this product. It's not a solicitation. I have a Simrad GO9 that I bought with my own money, and fortunately this Simrad Halo 20 Plus integrates right in with it, so that's why I got it. And I'm just showing everybody my process of putting this stuff in. You may have a better way to do it. Have at it. And obviously I kind of tweaked on some of the things and the directions to make my install work. So with that, enjoy. What's going on, folks? Welcome to Matt Paul Fishing. I'm a little excited and a little disappointed all at the same time. Just got in FedEx Halo 20 Simrad radar unit. Let me show you the box. So here's the box. As you can see, that corner's busted in. That's been set on. Looks like they had some heavy stuff on it. I just hope that this thing is in good shape. There's no big damage on it, because you know, I'm sure if anybody's priced these out, they can be expensive. So let's break this box open and see what we got. Then I want to add, this box has already been taped and repackaged up, so I don't know, we'll see what it looks like. Overall, it looks like it's packaged up pretty well. I mean, this corner that was busted in real well happened to be just a box here where the cable was. Looks like I got some other power cables right there. The unit looks to be in pretty good shape. So we'll get a template out and see if we can't lay this bad boy out on the boat. Alright, so we pulled the, went ahead and got the scanner out of here. Here's my cable. That's the end that goes in top of the scanner. Here's the data cord. Here's your power, and the yellow is for a switch to turn power on and off. Looks like a rubber band from where I had it on this connector. This is the Ethernet connection where it has the 5-pin plug to the RJ7 jack conversion, and this is basically a grommet to seal up that RJ7 connection. And then here's the mounting hardware that goes with it. These little plastic pieces hold the cable into the bottom of the scanner, and then the bolts are what's through bolted through the fiberglass on the top. And then here's the template on how to set the scanner up, and it's blown around, but it's also got a torque spec, and it calls for it to be torqued down about 10 pound-feet. So I also want to note that this scanner is only, the scale is 1:1, so we're not going to scale it off. This is pretty much tape it up there and then drill a hole, get it centered in a line, and then drill the holes through the template. Alright, so I got up top and laid out my template, and one of the things, I put it up there, leveled it to the top, and then I had to go down on the bow, and I noticed my top wasn't quite in the same alignment as my bow, so then I kind of lined it up the best I could with the bow, and I had to eyeball it, was the unfortunate thing. But once I got the template where it was straight and in line and relatively on center, then I took some painter's tape and taped it down really good, and I took a 1/16 drill bit and started my hole, did the centers, and then what I did is stepped it up every 1/16 of an inch from there, and you go really slow, and it works best if you don't have one of the carbide tip drill bits. You have some of the round ones, and in that next picture there with the drills just sitting up there, that's one of the round headed regular steel bits, and you just go real easy with them and you won't flake up your gel coat. Alright, next what I did was took a electrician's snake and ran it through the tubing all the way up to the T-top in order to pull my data cable back down from the GPS unit. Then I took and drilled a hole on the back of the top where it looked like it was the thinnest inside the console, and I actually had to drill that at an angle and kind of slotted the hole to be able to have that cable kind of do an S underneath the substrate of the top. And there's the inside look. Alright, got my data cable in, and what I've done is routed underneath everything and got all the slack coiled over on this side because I had an open hole there. And then we're going to run it back through, and we're going to come up the cable wire column right here into the back of the unit. And I got my adapter cables another end because we're going to go from this Cat 5 end into the 5-pin data end in the back of the Simrad unit. Alright, right here is where I hooked up the strain relief around the data cable, and it's kind of a two-part piece where I have to put the back end in and then slide it through, connect the actual Cat 5 connector, and then basically seal everything up. In order to get to the bolts from the front of the radar, I had to take the speakers off the front and be able to get my arm through there. And here are a couple of the changes I used. I got some rubber washers, and I got some bigger stainless fender washers to go. The fender washer to go on the inside, and that rubber washer is for the top side between the radar and the fiberglass. I couldn't use the lock washer that came with it, so I put some medium strength Loctite, and that's the blue, and it should be the 40-pound braking strength, so it would hold those bolts in place where they won't back out. And there's the finished unit. Okay, here I am. I found where switch 3 is. I'm going to tie in my relay switch for power to the Halo unit into switch 3 here, and then alright, and right here I'm tying in my power and my ground up into my fuse panel, and believe I put it into one of the reading light fuse spots. It was abbreviated, so I'm not exactly sure, but it was a 5 amp slot, and this system runs off of 5 amps, so I wouldn't forget it when I put the fuse in. And lastly, we're going to do a little bit of cable maintenance and get all our cables zip tied up, and then get them all clipped off. Then lastly, we're going to put this little clamshell cover on. Alright, we already powered up our Halo unit, and right now I can't get to the right screen. I'm stuck on that bar, but we're going to go on and hit transmit, because it's already reading it, and that was my map menu, but there it goes, and it's picking up stuff. It's picking up trees in the yard, and that's actually a ditch line right in front of us that's got some growed up weeds, and then it's picking up the wood line off beside us now. Scan out, it's got a getting some hits on different things, but I went all the way out, and here's I got it in split mode, where it's one's reading offshore and the other's reading 400 feet harbor. So that was pretty much it. So hope you enjoyed watching my install, and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.